welcome. This is the first of this type of video we'll be doing. I say we'll, it's only me for this one today, but in the next couple of days me and Cara will be doing a video of our best or top 5 rides at Disney World, so keep an eye out for that. Today's video is going to be about, as the title suggests, the Epcot Food and Wine Festival, so keep watching for that. While you're here though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to our channel, so just click the subscribe button. Means you won't miss out on the cool stuff coming up, which is Paris very soon, New York for Christmas, and probably the main event of the year will be Orlando in November, mainly to see Star Wars Land, which will be open. Sorry, that happens sometimes when I get a bit excited, but yeah. Subscribe for all that stuff for the future. But back to today, as I said, Epcot Food and Wine Festival. The dates for this year's festival, 2019, opens on the 29th of August and runs up to the 23rd of November. I think it's the longest the festival has run for. It's certainly the latest into November is gone. It also means that for our trip, we thought we'd probably only get one day there. We can pretty much do it every day now if we wanted to, which is great. For those who haven't done the festival before, a brief sort of outline to it is that around the World Showcase in Epcot, which if you're not familiar with it, there's a huge lake in Epcot, and around that lake is many pavilions, as they're known, one based on Mexico, Germany, France, Italy, UK, and others where they have buildings that represent the countries, restaurants, bars, all types of stuff. Think of it like a giant racetrack in a stadium, but fun and with drinks. So yeah, around that track, during the festival, they'll have many booths, kiosks set up, such as these. But, you know, ones for the countries that are already established there, but you'll have anything from Hawaii to Brazil, Scotland, Ireland, just all kinds of stuff. And each booth or kiosk will have food relating to that country, or desserts, or alcoholic or non-alcoholic drinks relating to the specific country. Some of it is amazing, really good stuff. Quantity size, as you'll see from some of these pictures, is pretty good, and averaging from about $5 to $7 for these sort of dishes. Some of them are slightly more for the bigger ones or fancier items, and the drinks obviously are a little bit more expensive as well. If you're on the Disney dining plan, then most of the food items can be used with a snack credit, which is a fantastic way of using up your snack credits. If, like us, when we did the dining plan before, we ended up having to take home about 40 bars of Ghirardelli chocolate from Disney Springs to use them up. But if you're there when one of these festivals is on, you can use snack credits for the food. That's a fantastic way of using them. If you're not on the dining plan, another idea you can do, which we've done as a couple before, is when you go into Epcot, past the fountains, there is like festival shops set up there where you can buy t-shirts, a tray with a drink holder and stuff like that. They also sell Disney gift cards, which are a little tag you put around your wrist with a barcode on it. You can put however much money you want on there. For example, we put $100 on a gift card. We actually made a video that day, which is on our channel as well, which I'll link in the description, going round. It just gives you a better way of budgeting. You know how much you're spending. Every time you use it to buy an item, you get the receipt which says how much you've got left. So that's a handy way of doing things. If you don't spend all the money during that day at Epcot, or even on a second visit, it doesn't just have to be used there. You can use it anywhere on Disney World property, so you won't lose the money if you don't eat or drink your way around it all. What else happens at the festivals? Plenty. There'll be normally TV shows filmed there, sort of American daytime chat shows or food shows, or have a setup and do a couple of things live from the Epcot festival. There'll be sort of celebrity and renowned chefs doing talks and little displays. So when it gets closer to it, if you have a look online, it'll tell you who's going to be there, the times and everything for it. Also will be live music called Eat to the Beats, which again, when it gets closer, if you look at the website, it'll tell you who's going to be there. But sort of acts they've had in the past have been sort of Boys to Men, Tiffany, Starship, Plain White Tees, and Hanson. Yes, Hanson. While we're on that fact, a year or so ago, we went to the American Pavilion, which is opposite the stage where they have the live performances. And Hanson, the Hanson brothers, had actually brewed their own beer. So I'll give you a few seconds here just to guess what you would name it if you were the Hanson brothers and you just brewed your own beer. If you guessed hops, then you are correct. And genius, fair play to Hanson for that. But yeah, the live acts normally have 3 sets throughout the evening, starting from about 5 o'clock onwards, play for about half an hour, sort of doing their hits. Not normally too difficult to get into, but the later in the festival, the bigger the acts sort of get, and you might be queuing a while to get in to see them, so it's worth queuing early if you really want to see some of these acts that they have there. But yeah, just all in all, the Epcot Food and Wine Festival, every time we've been, this will be our 4th year in a row now in November, and it's always one of our favourite days of the entire holiday. Just, you know, when you've got the good weather, so much food to try, all the different drinks there, which on the subject of the drinks, I haven't seen it ourselves, but we have heard people say that on a weekend, when it gets a bit later in the evening, you do get groups, sort of possibly local groups or stag do type groups, hen do, and it does get a bit leery and not trouble so much, but you know, it might not be the ideal place for children to be. Again, that seems to be the weekend, so avoid the weekends if possible, or you know, if you want to get a bit leery, go on a weekend. But we've never seen any trouble there at all or had any issues, so go and enjoy it. That is pretty much it. Although another tip I would say is, like we've done, again, it's only been the 2 of us, but with the items, we quite often would choose 2 from a particular booth or 1 item and a drink and just share it, so it gives us a chance to try more things as we go around without getting too full. All the rides are open as normal during the festival, so you can still do Frozen, Test Track, etc. All the normal restaurants are still open and the bars, so if you're not fancying all the different booths and stuff, then you can go, you know, sort of wherever you like. You can pick up as well when you go into the park, be like a leaflet type passport booklet thing, which has got all the menus, all the booths listed in there, and stickers and stuff, so you can cross off where you've been, what you had, so it's a nice thing to have as a souvenir and to look back on at a later date. But yeah, I didn't want to ramble on too much about all this, but it's just to say that Epcot Food and Wine Festival, as well as Flower and Garden Festival and Festival of the Arts, which we haven't done yet, all really good fun. Epcot is an awesome park, especially when these events are on, so do make sure if you're planning a Disney trip to try and get at least a couple of days in Epcot if there's a festival on, and yeah, just enjoy it. But that'll do for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll probably chuck a couple more pictures of the food in here just so you can see it. Actually, I'll run over a couple of our favourite dishes that we've had along the way. There was a loaded mac and cheese that was incredible the one year. Lobster rolls at the American Pavilion were amazing. There's been beef brisket, which has been fab. The France one, we had a martini or vodka slushy. That'll be in one of these pictures. That was incredible if you like a drink on a hot day. But yeah, there's just so much, and the menus will be out within the next couple of months, I guess. You can start picking online and making a list if you're a bit sad like us and you want to hit the list of all the food you want to have. But yeah, I think that's it now, so I'll leave it there. But like I said, do subscribe to our channel for all the future stuff. There'll be another of these type videos with both of us in the next few days about our favourite Disney rides. And again, like I said, Paris, New York and Orlando yet to come. So yeah, cheers, thanks for watching.